Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you a video that I created for a series collaboration with Christine called Magical Memories Video Hop. We are all sharing Disney projects that we created this week, and this is the pocket layout that I created using the Simple Stories Say Cheese 2 collection. So I had originally printed my photos in color, and I just thought they were too busy because the background where we were at Epcot was incredibly busy, and so I decided to change them and convert them to black and white, which I just did in Photoshop. So I have, as you can see there, 6 different 4x3 pictures that I just trimmed down to 4x3. They're black and white, and I used literally entirely the whole Say Cheese collection and decided to do a pocket page of our visit with the characters at the, I think it was the Character Center at Epcot. And this was my daughter's first time really seeing the characters and understanding what this was all about. We had seen them previously, but she was little and had no memory of that. So this was the first time that with a signature book, you can see her enthusiasm in the pictures. My son is probably, I think he's about 10 in these pictures, and so he'd seen them before, but was still equally as thrilled. So that's just me trimming down the pictures to fit in the pockets, and then I used the snap pack and went through looking for cards that would complement, and I tried to create a balance of darks and lights and the different colors, the red, the blue, the yellow, and then the black. And as I'm sorting out what I want to use and what I don't want to use, I'm also kind of color sorting them as well, so that when I do go back in next time, they will be some sort of organized fashion. So I pull out these cards and I shuffle them around a little bit because you never really know as you're digging through what is going to stay and what's going to go. And I didn't use any really of the mixed color cards because I wanted to pull in colors of other elements in order to coordinate colors. I started with that red and white chevron there, but that was really kind of busy for everything else that I had going on there, and so swapped that out for the red with the gold foil that said, "Let the magic begin." Now that I have all the pockets filled, it's time to embellish and add other elements to this and jazz it up a little bit. So I have the chipboard frames, again from the Say Cheese 2 Simple Stories collection, and I knew I wanted to use one of the frames, and when I use the frames, I do build a lot of my pocket pages on the outside of the page protectors, so sometimes it can be really hard to photograph them. And I knew that I was going to build this or put this frame on the outside of that pocket protector, and I'm just playing around with ones that I think are pleasing and add more of the color to the layout. And I ultimately settle with just one. I had originally thought that I would do 2, and I'm going to go with that red one around the locator on that blue thing there. Then I have the clips, and I wanted to use one of these because I think they're fun, and I like to have things in my pocket pages that stick above the pockets or out of the pockets, and I thought that was a fun way of getting a different kind of an element in there, and choose to have that one up the top there, kind of like a page flag in a way. And I do have these. This is from the original Say Cheese collection, the cutouts, and I really liked them, but they weren't going to work with what I had in mind for the layout, so just kind of shuffled those away. And now it's time to pull out the tag pack, and they're great tags, but again, I didn't want things that were really mixed colors, and they weren't going to work. They didn't fit in the pockets, or I had to cover something up. And I really liked the 4x3 cards that I had chosen. So now we pull out the ephemera and choose a few pieces to add to the cards that I have here. And I like the stars in the top left of that star card at the bottom right. And I do want to try and get some things on pictures as well, just to liven up the pictures a little bit and also add some more color. So I I sort these by size as I'm going through them. I have this tendency to have to sort as I'm creating things. Um, and I like these tags and then the tickets. And I liked that little star with the black. I think that came from inside the film strip that is in the ephemera pack that I had used on a previous layout. A lot of these pieces are kind of big for what I've got going on in the 4x3 pockets and are probably better suited to 4x6, but I really wanted all of these 4x3 pictures. So I could have combined them in a 4x6 pocket, but I really like this format for what I was doing. So I find a few things, hearts, speech bubble, that little star with the black, the ticket, and I actually, as I pull these things out, do end up later on swapping out some of these elements for a few other things. But generally when I create my pocket pages, I stick stuff and that stays and then move on to other embellishments. I love the washi that coordinates with this collection, and I knew I wanted some washi to add color to that yellow card up the top right, and then that one that I just put as a sort of a footer at the bottom of What a Bunch of Characters. So there's where I knew I wanted a piece of washi there, and I had thought that maybe I might use washi at the top of that Let the Magic Begin, but I went with another sticker from this pack instead. So you can see where I swap out the bubble ephemera for the bubble sticker. It's a little bit smaller and fits better without having to cover up any of the picture. And I take just a little bit of twine to tie around the frame just for some added interest to this. It adds some 3D movement as well. So I tied a bow up the top, and then you'll see that I take my fine line glue applicator and just adhere that onto the top of the page protector. Bulky things under the page protectors get annoying to me, which is why I like the ability to be able to stick them on the top of the page protector. I don't like bulk in things. You've heard that probably a million times if you follow me and know my videos. And so the nice thing about the page protectors is it solves that issue for me. And I used the camera Brad, Faux Brad, again from the Simple Stories Say To Cheese collection, and one of the stickers from the washi as well. So now I pull out the snap. I guess it's the sticker pack, the ephemera pack that goes with the snap collection, and there's always tons of fun little pieces that you can use to decorate to decorate pocket pages in these little packs. And so I knew I was going to find good stuff there. The words underneath that top left picture of the kids with, oh, I forget the dog's name. Anyway, that Disney character, it says collecting autographs because that's what they were doing. And I thought I might put a Brad there, but it was just too much. I wanted something to go above that when the magic begins, and I found that great bow that it mimics the bow that's on Minnie Mouse's head, so stuck that on the top of her head. And a few more stars to just fill up that to make the top left corner match the bottom right corner of that journal card. So I do journal on these. I don't believe I do that on camera, so that will happen off camera. And I basically just wrote about our experience, and I just wrote in those top two pockets there. And then I also did use the stickers, and I put Epcot in that bottom right card, and then wrote in Florida, and then used a date stamp to stamp the date on that bottom right card as well. I do in a minute take some gold foil stickers, and I use the And Brad. I wanted just a touch of black on that card, so while you can't see it, I did use my 03 pen to outline that card just to give it a little added definition. trim off the top there. And then again in a minute is when you're going to see that I put the gold stickers, and N is my son's first initial for Nicholas, and then I use the Ann Brad, and M is my daughter's first initial for Mia. So that is the pocket page I created. This is my first pocket page process video. So if you have any feedback for me, I'd love to hear from you. There are a bunch of really talented ladies playing along this week with joining Christine on her series, Magical Memories. So thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them down in the space below. Some close-ups are to follow. Thanks for joining us today. Take care.